Okay, we're live.
We're live on Periscope.
We have a new guest or new anchor today.
We have a new employee too. We have a new everybody. So welcome Snig to Weon. Thank you for coming.
Hi Bhushan. Did we
Being
turn
part
on
of our
the location?
team.
Was the location on?
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do?
I stayed in Noida for about since I was in fourth standard.
Okay.
That would be 16 years.
Oh, okay.
I was with Music before this.
Okay.
Handling entertainment. Today's my first day.
Okay.
I'm very
And we're putting you on the
Yeah.
on the platform.
Yay.
That's awesome. Well, welcome. Hope you have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So as you guys know, we've been doing this for a couple of weeks now. This is our segment where we tell you about worthy stories from across South Asia. So we have a list of different stories that our research team has found. So and today Snig and I will share some of those stories with you. And like always, you guys can live tweet us, message us, let us know what you think, and join in the conversation. So grab your coffee or your tea or whatever you want to drink and enjoy us. And as people, how many people do we have so far?
A lot, like
a lot.
2-3 people.
See, you already brought them in. They're coming. Mistak is bad luck. He's like driving people away from us.
Bhushan has joined us. Bhushan, how about you retweet us so we can see it? Bhushan, by the way, can you tell us if our location is on? We forgot whether we turned it on or not.
So we need our viewers are watching to see if our location is on or not.
Yes.
So tell us.
Tell us. Okay, cool.
Because we're lost. We need to find out.
No. We forgot. We didn't check. Cool. So you already did an intro.
We did a quick introduction. So again, for those people joining in, this is Snig. It's our first day here. So tell us something interesting about yourself. How did you find out about Weon? Maybe you were watching this and you were so inspired you came to work for us.
Yeah, I think that's one of the secret reasons I decided to join. I just wanted to anchor. Here I am.
There you are.
First day, mission success.
There you go. It worked.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Let's start?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we'll go back and forth. So the first story is we'll start with our A, so it's Afghanistan. So it's one of the last countries to be free from polio. So they have an anti-polio campaign to cover in one of their provinces. It's going to be for about 3 days. It starts next week, the 25th of July, so towards the end of this month. And there's a lot of Afghani refugees who are living in Pakistan. So this is an initiative by the government as well as the World Health Organization to find a way to eradicate polio. So a lot of you guys would probably, when you were little or when you were going to school, have those health vaccines. Now there's an actual campaign to help some of the children in Afghanistan, Afghani children, for a 3-day campaign in actually the specific province called Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So it's an initiative that will start next week. So hopefully we'll eliminate some of the polio impacts there. And you've lived. I don't know if you've lived in that province, but you probably are very familiar with how it is in Afghanistan, right? Like the fact that it's one of the last.
She is more familiar.
Oh, you are. Oh, I don't know that. Okay.
Look at her lost face. For those people,
he's just trying to trick
her and say, "Come on over, you're anchoring."
But you lived there.
No,
you didn't live in Afghanistan ever.
Never.
What about Pakistan?
Never.
You did.
I have not lived. I've come from planet Mars. I just landed here in Noida.
Our alien is here.
I saw you and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna stick around here.
Well, anyway, so a 3-day campaign to eradicate polio starting next week.
But I was gonna say something. One thing we're doing is tweeting these stories.
Oh, that's awesome. So if we miss this, they can still get the facts later on.
Yes.
But still watch us.
We're tweeting each. No, they will watch you. Each different topic. So and
cool.
we still have pictures, guys.
We have pictures. I hope we're not blocking them.
Hello,
there we go.
come out and
So there you go. Some of those children, they're getting the polio vaccine. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go next with. You can talk to us about Bangladesh.
Now Bangladesh and India, they're going to.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I like trip and fall.
Bangladesh and India are going to launch passenger and cruise ships around there to a coastal and their shipping routes. Now, the trading minister has said that this will facilitate trade, and they should also look into basin management, which comes as it's a great concept because there are a lot of people in India who have family or who have relatives and friends in Bangladesh and vice versa. So this might just work out to be a great concept. Now, there's been no definition of routes as yet, from what I'm to understand.
So it's still
but I'm
early
guessing,
stages.
It's early stages. But Kolkata to Dhaka might be one of the more important routes. It's a great route for commerce, trading. Yeah.
And then eventually tourism as well.
Spot, yeah.
Right.
So this comes up great news.
That's awesome. Wonderful. And this is all part of the Indo-Bangladesh Protocol that started in 1972.
We're live. You're going live already? Yeah, we're live. If you want to be on it, come back. Sorry.
Hello to our new folks who are out there. Okay, so we'll keep going.
Call a meeting, but we're live.
Next we have Bhutan. So one of the Bhutan football clubs is to get certified, to get a certified coach. They're going to be trained in order to equip some of the clubs of the country in Bhutan. So right now there's a lot of different clubs. So they're trying to get in more coaches to help, with the sport. They're also having a lot of training for some of the athletes in Bhutan. And they feel like a lot of the athletes there feel like, when they're doing the sport, they want to have people who are really credible, who know what they're doing, and get these qualified.
More of a professional element, right?
Exactly. Getting professional coaches in Bhutan. So who knows? Maybe someday they will, step up, have a big team of their own, thanks to all these professional trainers who are coming into Bhutan. So
someone just asked us, what are we doing? What's it all about? So we are.
What is this about? We're telling worthy stories from South Asia. So every day around 5 to 6, we'll be talking about Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India, and sort of highlighting some of the more uplifting stories that you don't typically hear in the media. Because a lot of time people will always say, right, oh, the media is so negative. We always hear the sad stories. We don't hear the inspiring
South
stories.
Asia, especially, I think it gets covered in a more negative context.
Exactly.
Like right now, we're talking about sports development in Bhutan, which is not heard of.
Exactly.
There's going to be more professionalism in sports in Bhutan. They're going to get coaches. They're going to get special coaches for local football clubs, which I think is a great idea.
Absolutely, and even tourism. You never really think about that. So this is a way for us to, talk about economic development, education, women empowerment. We've sort of seen those trends the last couple of weeks. Environmental. You don't think about that.
There's so many other things. It's not just terrorism. It's not just economy.
Exactly.
It's not just
crowds
poverty,
and pollution and all that, right? So there's a different side of the world that we want to sort of showcase, and we hope you guys will enjoy that. And again, if you have questions, you can interact with us live or ask us later on.
It was really good, very interactive. People were asking questions a lot.
So now these viewers have a lot to live up to. You heard them all.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is good. Yeah, we're looking forward to questions, thoughts from you guys about these countries and issues in these countries.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to Maldives.
So we go to the next story now. Bank of Maldives. No, this one's the.
Sorry.
There's our Bhutan. There's the football club, trained coaches. All right, cool. And then next we go to Maldives.
Now, the Bank of Maldives and the Cancer Society of Maldives have come together to hold breast cancer screenings for their staff. It's free. This is raising awareness about an issue that goes unnoticed. There are no symptoms for breast cancer. I mean, there are very generalized symptoms and people normally don't really notice. Women especially don't take out the time. As they say, it's a 2-4 minute test.
And the other important thing is, especially in the West, you have all these, mobile machines. You have these like mammogram facilities and options. But for some other places where it's not readily accessible, it's also important to, because they always say early detection is key for breast cancer or any of the cancers really. So this is a good way to sort of, again, another health story to help prevent. Prevention is better than cure.
It comes in as part of a monthly series of free cancer screenings, and the first 2 days are focused on breast cancer. So which I think is a great concept.
And let's sort of, before we show you the picture, which is set in the back, we don't tell you what is the color for breast cancer. If anybody knows, see if you guys can let us know. Unless you can see it.
You can see it.
Well, let's see how well they're paying attention.
Yeah, let's see how. Okay,
So
hide it. See if anybody knows.
We're gonna hide it so you can't see it. But anyway, as you can see, we have anybody who polled, but pink. Obviously, pink is the color for cancer. You see some of those women there dressed up in the pink burqas, some people wearing clothes, the pink balloons there. So it's a wonderful initiative.
That's one wearing pink
Shorts. Oh, pink shoes even. Look at that. That's interesting. I didn't see a lot of the guys wearing pink though. I will point that out. There's very few of them though.
Some people like
A little hat. Oh, the bandana there.
Yeah. Pocket square.
you have to go closer. They're gonna be so talking about the shoes. You gotta go closer.
We're gonna zoom into the shoes. So look at that. The shoes. We got the frock with the dress, the burqa. There was, I think, a pocket square even on the top over here. There it is. So whatever way people,
They're saying you're wearing pink too.
it's actually light. It's light purple, but maybe it looks pink. But it's lavender. Yeah, exactly. Lavender.
Coming off pink, which is nice.
But of course, yes, I knew this story is happening, so it's a multicolored shirt. But no, absolutely, very important cause there. So wonderful news for the Maldives. Okay, let's keep going. We'll go again another health story in Nepal. This is where people who have hearing disabilities are going to get discounts on video call services provided by Nepal's telecom service. So again, a very important thing, the government sort of taking the initiative. So people with disabilities and those who are also injured can get discounts on their SIM cards. So a way for them to providing communication for those who can't hear. Exactly. And I was very surprised. It only costs 50 paisa. For a minute of a video call. So it was not that expensive. I see some giggling going on in the background, so we're not privy to these details.
We don't know what they were. Can you explain your comment a little further?
So whoever this person who commented, who was it?
Azhar or something.
Azhar, explain your comment because we don't get it. We can't see it.
Who are you talking about? Okay, so that's the next story. Cool. Now on to the next country.
All right, Pakistan.
In Pakistan, there's going to be a telephone helpline to aid public health officials in Pakistan to predict dengue fever outbreaks. It's been launched in the country recently, and about 4 lakh people are infected by dengue every year.
Wow.
It claims a lot of lives in India as well.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of government health programs. They ask you how to prevent it. But I think this is a great idea that they've come up with, because the fever outbreak, a lot of people don't have access to television, a lot of people don't have access to a lot of infographic programs that go about. So this is a great idea. This telephone helpline should help.
Awesome. Very cool. Do we have any pictures of that? I don't know if we
Clearly.
have. Oh, we do. We do have a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
So some pictures there.
They are the patients.
So we got 2 more left. Last but not least, I'll do Sri Lanka. She'll do India. So in Sri Lanka, they're going to be licensing out some entrepreneurs, SM entrepreneurs, to help set up mini solar power plants in the country for the first time. So using, again, an environmental story about using solar power to help the island country of Sri Lanka. Now, the power generated from these plants, the government is going to be attractive because that's going to be lower cost. You know, countries like India, a lot of countries in South Asia, you do hear about the heat, and because that power outages and people who can't afford generators. They're living in very deplorable conditions, very hot weather with no access to fans or AC. So hopefully this, especially in the warmer months, will help out. Sri Lanka obviously being closer to the equator. The move also is a good idea apparently, because smaller companies and individuals, if they do set up these these mini solar power plants, they could get government incentives. So I know in the US especially, they have a lot of Go Green initiatives. So if you have these Go Green windows, if you have solar panels on your roof, you're obviously not consuming as much, so you might get a tax break. So it's interesting to see some of these South Asian countries adopting that, especially with the population being so much, and finding a way to global warming.
Country.
Absolutely. So
Nice. We have a picture.
we do have a picture of that. There we go. See, wonderful. The solar power generation plant.
About the picture. It's there.
Maybe they're waiting it for on Twitter. They want to see it later. They don't want to see it all now.
It's a good break
From seeing our faces, is what he's saying. That's why we brought her today.
That's not solar. The picture. Somebody says that's not solar. The picture you got. Can you go back? Is it wind power then? That is wind power.
This is the plant area where they plan to plant the solar.
That's the plant area. That's the windmill. Obviously,
Right now there's good. So this is what's awesome about live. People are catching us saying, you know what? That's not solar.
They're
So-
double, triple checking us, but we have the answers for them anyway.
Okay, we give you this. Yeah, they're gonna build solar on that. You see, this is the picture that was attached to the story. Now we need to do.
So it's like those panels,
what
right?
are
The
they
one
gonna
that
do?
you
They're
see on
gonna
the
take
roof.
the windmills out and put solar.
Well, we don't know if they're going to take them out and then just adding. These are mini ones they're adding.
What if they put solar panels on the
Maybe the
wings?
solar powered, who knows? Like there's a solar powered
Panel
They
there.
will put on the wings. So as it generates
not
wind
possible.
energy, it can also generate solar power.
This is why you're not in science.
I think I just invented something. It's called the solar wind.
Solar
energy
windmill?
creator.
Maybe. Who knows?
Solar
business
windmill.
ideas coming out.
I think I just created that. Someone just go copyright it. It's a wind power.
if it makes it, if it sees light.
If it sees light. Yeah, we know it's not solar, Azhar. It's we mentioned that they're gonna build solar there.
They're going to build it. So that they're building these, and it's a way for smaller companies, smaller startups to take advantage of, if they do it, and then the government will get some kind of incentives for those people who do use solar power. Okay, lastly but not least,
We wrap
India.
up with news from India now. Kanchenjunga National Park in Sikkim has been named a World Heritage Site by the World Heritage Committee of UNESCO. Now, this is a mixed heritage site. That means that it has cultural significance plus natural. India has now one mixed heritage site, and it has about 35 sites in total, which has 27 cultural properties.
Wonderful. I've actually never made it. Have you been to Sikkim before?
I haven't.
I have not either, but now we have a
I think we
reason to
should
go
go.
as
We
well.
have-
Exactly.
yeah.
We have a reason to go, but wonderful to see sort of that the fusion, I guess, between the cultural and some of the
And
natural
apparently, this is
preserves.
also the first time that any country, that is India, has got 3 sites inscribed in the World Heritage List at a single session of the committee meeting. Now, that's great news.
That's wonderful. See, you get to learn something more about all these countries, and whenever you're planning vacations, maybe you'll go visit these places that we're enlightening you about. So, is that it? Do we have any other questions? Anything
Show
else?
the picture and.
We always forget. That's right. You forget to show the pictures.
That's actually someone is saying that's not a picture of Sikkim.
It's Kanchenjunga.
It is from some area in the middle of East Africa.
We have a lot of fact checkers, I think. Our viewers are fact checking us.
So I I think.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah, that's a wrap. But I wanted to congratulate.
Well, thank you so much, and you'll get to see her more. Obviously, it's not like. Thank you for joining us the first day.
Actually, how do you think she did?
She did amazing. Obviously.
She did amazing. I think. What do you guys think?
And then we actually have fun when we have two people doing it, so it's more of a wherever you get conversations, you guys are like part of that conversation. So that's what we like to call it. But again, hopefully you'll join us tomorrow, and we'll do it all over again. And have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.